For a good week and a half, my lower back has been absolutely screaming. And here's like a caricature drawing of a person's back. Here's their head, their shoulders, their back, and their hip bones are here. And this part that is in dark black is a part of my back that's killing me, absolutely killing me. And the area right here is where I have scoliosis, but front to back, I'm sway back as well, and I have been for all my life. And I had to wear a full body brace for 3 years solid. I can only take it off to shower or swim or something like that. Other than that, I had to wear it sleeping all day, all night. I rode my bicycle with it. It was made out of 20 pounds of leather and metal, and no, it was no fun. Not at all. And it's called the Milwaukee brace if you want to look it up. And had a chin bar. It came up to here with one big bar down the front and two bars down the back, and it opened with a big hinge, and all the buckles and everything wore holes in all my clothes. So it was no fun. No fun. And I mean, I thought I was made of fun before, but yeah, further ostracized me from the human race. What was my point? Well, that's where my back's been hurting. And what I did was I took a hand towel, like the kind you have in your bathroom to dry your hands with, that size, not the great big towel and not the washcloth, but the middle size towel. And I got it wet and I wrung out most of the water. I folded it up a little bit, put it in a big plastic bag, put it in the freezer, and it freezes up. And then you take it out, and when you're sitting in a chair, either a comfy chair or an office chair or something, you put it in that part of your back, and it makes the swelling go down, because your back starts swelling up because it's hurting real bad. It's terrible. And I start taking all these pain pills and stuff, and the one doctor said, you can't take all those pain pills. It's going to ruin your liver. It's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. Anyway, France won the World Cup in soccer today. And lots of people in the streets hooping and hollering around the Arch de Triomphe, the Triumph Arch, the Champs-Élysées. That's about as much French as I speak. Someday maybe I'll learn a little more. And I've been fighting off depression today. I've been trying to keep going, even though I can only do little bits at a time, and then I have to resort to putting ice on my back again. It looks nice outside, but it's really so muggy, it's incredible. Yesterday's rain we had rain that just dumped on us. It's raining so hard, it looks like I'm in a car wash. It's very cold rain, and there's some ice, there's some hail. I dropped something off at Mom's. I just stuck it in their front door, and I'm drenched, and I was hit with ice pellets. Oh my God. We are expecting more rain tonight. One clear day and 2 more rainy days, and maybe half a clear day and 3 more rainy days. So finishing the yard up is going to be kind of a wow. I don't know. It's really a pain. It really is. And I think Al, the guy that was cutting and doing, I think he realized it's more than he bargained for, and I don't know if he wants to go any further with it. Richard and I are going to be left picking up all that stuff ourselves, unless I can find another person, or unless Al wants to finish. I don't know. I owe Al $60 right now, and I don't know if that's as much as he needs, or if he needs more. Richard doesn't tell me. Richard makes all these deals. It's like, Richard's like President Trump. He makes deals he doesn't understand. He doesn't see the full scope of it. So I don't know. I don't know where that lies. I was watching the World Cup and trying to catch up on stuff. I'm trying to catch up on all my YouTubers, and I had to let a couple subscriptions go because they just started doing live things. hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours live. I don't have that kind of time. Even if I have absolutely nothing to do, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. If it were my children and my grandchildren, it might be different. But these are just people that, you get to know by watching them, but, I don't have that kind of time. And I try to keep my vlogs shorter now, but still they tend to go on too long. There's a guy that does organic gardening, and his vlogs are like an hour and a half. I may have to let him go too. He has a lot of important information, but it's just too long. Anyway, most of the people that Americans like to watch are people from other countries with accents and cute little kids and dogs and stuff like that. And they're young. And I don't have a cute little kid. I have a cat. I'm American, so nobody cares. I'm older, nobody cares. Unless somebody just wants to know what it's like around this neck of the woods. But anyway, when I was at the drugstore getting my medicine the other day, I was next to this woman, white woman, maybe a few years older than me, or than I. I try to use correct grammar, but it doesn't always come out. And somebody was putting down the aisle. This was a pharmacy counter at a grocery store. And they were riding one of those little motorized cart things. We both watched it go by. And it was making an awful racket, like something's wrong with the motor. It was going clickety, 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 clickety. And it sounds like a little train. And because I said that, she felt like opening up. I have a tendency of loosening people's tongues. People feel comfortable around me and they talk, which is fine. I should have been a spy, hey? Anyway, she starts talking and talking and talking. She goes, and then there's those people that abuse the handicap hang tag privileges, and they park in handicap and they don't need to. And I said, yeah, there are a lot like that. And they have new cars and new clothes, and they don't look handicapped. I said, yes, but you can't always tell if someone's handicapped. She says, yes, but these people, you can tell that they're just abusing it, blah, blah, blah. So I let her go on, and then she said, it's like, don't open this can of worms. Please don't open this around me. She goes, President Trump's going to take care of it all. He's not a politician. He's a businessman. He's going to get rid of all this crap. And nobody, because he's a businessman. He knows what he's doing. He's a businessman. And I said, oh, the businessman that had 2 casinos go broke? And the businessman that had a steak selling steaks went broke, and the Trump University Online went broke? That businessman? And she goes, bought her medicine and left. I thought, I'm sorry, but she asked for it. I would have voted Republican perhaps if I felt that the person running was the person that can do the job. Usually neither party has anybody really good running. Usually. One's marginally better than the other one. My mother would always say, you're voting for the better of 2 evils. But the fact that she just falling over with admiration for the president, it just blew my mind. It's like, before this lady had tootled down, we were talking about regular stuff, like prices of things are going up. I mean, we had the same notions, and we had the same feelings about not being able to afford stuff. And she was complaining about how the poor people get screwed, including herself as poor. Now, I don't know if she was or not, but then it all changed. It just click. It's like, wait a minute. We had the same feelings towards stuff, and now all of a sudden you don't believe I'm different now? That's not cool. And I mentioned that on Facebook, and my brother David started in on me. Basically, I'm a snowflake and a libtard, and I'm wrong, and all that stuff. Like, how can you defend the dude, man? How can you defend him? Now, if he steps down because he's bored of being president, which I don't think he is, as long as he's getting attention, he's a narcissist. They love attention. He'll be there until he passes out, dies, or whatever, and whatever. Now, if he would have stepped down saying, I'm bored of this, and left it to Mike Pence, who's the vice president, I feel a lot better about it. Because I don't know exactly Pence's thinking, but he'd probably be a little better at making decisions. Probably. Because he's had to make decisions. Someone that's had money all their life, the only decisions they have to do are what color socks am I going to wear today, It's like they don't have to make a decision whether to pay the bills or eat that month, like most people. So here I am talking on too long, and I don't want to. So I feel like I've lost my brother, and it saddens me, and I want to cry about it, because we all grew up the same. Both my brothers and I grew up in the same family. We ate the same foods. We went the same places. I think it's when you grow up and leave the nest and your adult situations that really form how you feel. Richard never really had to make decisions. My mom was narcissistic. She made all our decisions for us. So Richard didn't know how to make decisions. He married poorly. She basically didn't want him around. Made him move back home with mom. So he never really had to do for himself. David, he married well. He married young and he married well, monetarily. But me, I made poor decisions. And I married an abusive person that was physically and emotionally abusive. I worked several jobs while taking care of the kids in the house while he sat on his butt and did nothing. I've not had the best time. I've stood in line for hours and hours to be told I made $2 too much for help. Or we've stood in line for an hour waiting for a bag of rice and a 3-pound block of government cheese, which we were really happy and thankful to get. So our situations are different. So the three of us probably have lots of different views on stuff. And I'm not totally one way or the other politically. I'm across the board all over the place. I vote for the person that I think will do the job well. And before I vote, I get online and I research all these candidates as much as I can. And even though at first glance at the names I think, well, I don't know. And I check them out. If they're the one for me, that's the one I vote for. I've talked way, way too long. I'm getting hot. I have stuff to do. I'm gonna go put the ice back on my back. Well, maybe tomorrow will be better. Let's hope so. Upward and onward.